So let's compare the old ELO system to the current league system. There's actually a very big problem with the current league system, and I want to show you what it is. So in the old system, you were given an ELO rating, and that ELO rating corresponded to a tier. So bronze was 0 to 1149, as you can see, and you were in the top 100% if you were bronze, because anybody could be bronze. And silver was the top 68 to 13%, which was the majority of the player base was in, which is still accurate. And gold was the top 13 to 1.5%. Okay. And gold meant you're quite good because there's only, about 10% of the population was gold. And that's pretty rare. And platinum was even rarer. So they go from the top 1.5% to the top 0.1%. And diamond obviously would be the top 0.1% onwards. So, all the way down to 0.0001, or whoever rank 1 was. But there's a problem with the new system. Let me show you. In the current system, bronze is still the top 100% because everybody is bronze. And here's where it starts to get a bit weird. Silver is only the top 68 to 27%, which is a giant difference from 13%. And you'll see what happens now. Gold is the top 27 to 9.6%. Platinum is the top 9.6% to the top 2.1%. And diamond is the top 2.1% all the way down to challenger, which is the top 50 players, which we can eliminate because it's a tiny population. But you see what happens here? There is league creep. So gold this season is not the same as gold last season. So everybody who's in gold this season would have actually been in silver. So let me write it down in white. So everybody in gold except for gold 5 to 2 would have been silver. Only gold 1 players right now would have been gold last season. None of the players here would have been in platinum. They would all be gold. And everybody from diamond 5 to the highest proportion to 60% of diamond 1. Diamond 1, how do I write this? 60% of players in diamond 1, the bottom 60%, and the top 20% in diamond 5. Top 20%, bottom 60% would have been in platinum. So when the pros say that only diamond 1, 50 plus LP is good, they're right, because that's what the proportion of diamond last season was. So as you can see, there's a huge change here. There's literally 20 times more diamond players this season there was last season. And there's about 10 times more platinum players. So Riot has made it easier to climb because of due to various changes. And that's brought down the meaning of what diamond is, what platinum is. There's 20 times more diamond players there was yesterday, And that's, that's devaluing the meaning of diamond. It's in a sense inflation. There's several reasons for why this happens, and let me talk about that now. So, before, how it used to work was, you start off at 1200 ELO, and you win a game, lose a game, blah, 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 and the ELO changes would be narrow and narrow until you placed at an ELO. And then, you win one, lose one, etc. And that worked fine. That's still how it works today, because the system we use today is called MMR, and that's basically ELO, but hidden from us. So what Riot did was they decided to split up these brackets. No one knows the exact numbers they decided on, but they said, somewhere around here would be bronze, somewhere around here would be silver, somewhere around here would be gold, and this is plat, and diamond was a very tiny portion. And they split it up. So if you're in this elo range, you belong in this division, so forth. But here's the problem. What would happen was, let's say you were placed in this division. Let's say you belong here. Your elo rating was here, but you were actually in this division. The system would give you, plus 22 LP per win, or plus minus 17 per loss, to make it easier for you to get from here to here, and that's fair. And now let's say your elo was here, and your division was here. The system would give you, plus 18, minus 19. So you actually drop to that place until you win a few. And that also works. The biggest problem here lies in the fact that once you hit a division, you can't go down. So if you go from silver to gold, you can't ever go back down. This is a brick wall. You cannot go past this wall down again. Your elo might go all the way down here, but your division won't. So that means there's a lot of stagnant players in each league. There's another factor, and I'm not sure about this, but I can only take a guess, that the system takes into account hot streaks. So if you're playing at this division and your elo's at this division, but you win about 3 or 4 in a row, you suddenly stop playing about people from this MMR, because the system thinks you are extremely good to win that many in a row. And that causes even more imbalance. So this is what Champions League looks like these days, compared to the old days. So let's use, what color you want to use here? Let's use blue. So in the old days, this is what Champions League would look like. So the first pick would have been, 1732. This guy might have been 1728, 1720, 1719, 1717. You would be ordered by your elo, and that's still how it works. But the problem is, there's labels right now, and they're labeled incorrectly. So this is what the current matchmaking looks like. So you have gold 1, 100 LP, gold 3, gold 1, another 100 LP, gold 1, 87 LP, and plat 3, 40 LP. We forgot to get this guy LP. I'm not making this up. There's actually a situation where this occurs, and I've got a screenshot of that somewhere on my computer. But ideally, what we want it to be is something like this: gold 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 90 LP, 87 LP, 85 LP, 80 LP, 79 LP. We want it to be ordered by leagues. You want leagues to actually mean something, as opposed to this. This occurs because of lose streaks and win streaks. So the gold 3 guy has been on a win streak, so his elo has gone up to the elo of gold 1. The gold plat 3 guy has been on a lose streak, so he's down to the elo of gold 1 players. And this, combined with the fact that platinum players are a lot more common, or diamond players are a lot more common, and basically every division has lost its original meaning. It means that leagues don't really mean much. I mean, let's take an example here. My elo last season was 1666 at the end of season 2. My elo right now, according to the Law Nexus matchmaking, which I believe to be quite accurate, is somewhere around 1690. Where was I last season? I was mid-gold. Oops. I was mid-gold. What am I this season? Oops. I am plat 3. And all of that might be anecdotal evidence that shows that there is a creep. You might be saying I haven't improved, but I have improved, and that's the one good news to take away from this video, is that even though my elo has stayed the same, so my distribution compared to the rest of the players, I belong in the top, whatever this percent is, hasn't changed. my skill level has. And that's the good news. Apparently, the League community has been improving at a rate almost exactly the same as I've been improving, because I've stayed at nearly the same rating, I've improved a lot, and apparently so is the community. However, my problem is that I'm labeled Plat 3 now, as opposed to Mid-Gold, for no reason, and it's devaluing the name of that division, of that tier. And so the pros are correct when they say the top players are Diamond 1, 50 plus LP, for example, because that's what the original Diamond was. And basically most of Diamond today, that's the top 20%, top 20% of Diamond 5 and the bottom 60% of Diamond 1 are actually Platinum. And the top, 80% of bottom 80% of Diamond 5 below would have actually been Gold. So you could be, let me just give you an extreme example here. Gold 1 this season, all the way, let's say Gold 1, 80 LP. And Diamond 1, 15 LP. Sorry, Diamond 5, 15 LP. Would have both been Gold last season. That's how broken the system is. You can be 7 divisions across, like from Gold to Diamond. And that's a lie, because you would have still been Gold last season according to distribution. So my biggest problem is that these labels have lost meaning. Platinum and Diamond don't mean the same thing as they do anymore, and this needs to be fixed. Whether Riot wants to introduce new divisions or they want to go back, that's up to them, but the system is broken.